Here's the 0-1. This is going to be a tough play. Bryant, the Cubs win the World Series. Bryant makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all. 8-7-10.
Welcome to Club 120. The ultimate roundtable for diehard Cubs fans and lovers of all things sports and lifestyle.
Strike three, you're out.
Hosted by Neil and Nate, two former baseball players and coaches turned loud mouths with strong opinions and even stronger banner. Get ready for quick-hitting, time-answer segments packed with wit, laughs, and the occasional heated debate. From analyzing Cubs on-field action to diving into off-field drama, no topic is off limits. So grab your glove, pour a drink, and pull up a seat at Club 120, where the banner's quick, the takes are hot, and the Cubs always come first. Let's get started.
Play ball.
Hello, Cubs friends. It's 120. You know what that means. Time to grab an old style and a bleacher seat. You're in Club 120. Let's talk Cubs. I'm Nathan. With me, as always, is a guy who always has his celebration goggles in his carry-on luggage. Neil, congrats on the postseason.
Yeah, happy postseason, Cubs fans. We are postseason bound for the first time in a while, so that's exciting. And now we got to keep the momentum going, man. We got to keep rolling. Got a killer show today, and we'll kick it off with the vintage Nico. Then we'll head into trainer talk, injury updates on Tucker, Seiya, ONKC, Amaya, Palencia. That list just keeps getting longer and longer. After that, we'll build the October bench. Who do we want? Who do we not want? Who should we take? Who should we not take? And then it's pick a side, PCA or Kyle Tucker. Who's more important to the Cubs this postseason? And we'll hit Bullpen Bullies. Do you trust traditional roles or Craig's binder full of chaos? And, of course, our topic of the week, who are the Cubs' three postseason starters? Boyd, Shota, Horton, or is somebody else sneaking into that rotation? Let's kick it off, man. Vintage Nico. Nico is the true engine of this team, even if he's not the flashiest. True or false?
Well, I don't know if he's the engine. He's more like the oil. He just keeps everything greased. He could be in the leadoff. He could be in the 2, 8, 7. I mean, he's pretty much been everywhere in the lineup this year, and he just hits. So, we clamor about what would he do in the 5. Well, he's done that too, but he's really found a little knock here in this run in this 1-2 spot of late, and that's quite a heater he's on, Neil. He's up to 303 after today's game on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, I really have been saying this all year. You've been tweeting that vintage Nico every time. Not every time he gets a hit because that'd be exhausting, but and I've been kind of going back and forth with Nico Horner, professional hitter. Like, I don't know. He doesn't get the notoriety. I don't know why. I think it comes down to he's not the flashiest. Like, he's just not. He goes about his business. He does his job. He keeps his head down, and Nico does Nico things, and I love that.
Well, he could end up being the most decorated Cub this year with a batting title and a Gold Glove. What do you think his chances are of both, considering Trey Turner's on the IL sitting at 305?
Yeah, wouldn't that be something if Nico gets a batting title and a Gold Glove? And let me ask you this. I got a question for you. If you could lock in, okay, not on a rookie deal. So someone that's not on a rookie deal, if you could lock in one Cub for the next 5 years, is it not Nico?
Well, there's a lot bigger, flashier things to, quote, build your club around. But a guy that can play short when your shortstop goes down, like, you don't have to play the rookie or something like that. 155 game kind of guy. That's an easy, if the price is right. I mean, he's not the good news is he's not going to break your bank. So he's the ideal Cub for the next 5 years. It's an easy sign. He's not going to command $20 million a year. but he's going to give you a 5+ WAR at his position. That's massive.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. I mean, you're going to get a guy that hits 300 and give you a Gold Glove every year. Where do I sign? Like,
Yeah.
Where do I sign? Because you're not getting that out of your shortstop.
It's amazing.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I mean, look, for all account and purposes, Dansby hits a few more out of the yard, but this is a great conversation. Maybe for another day, Cubs friends, we'll pin this. But the reality is what the difference of like 52 batting points is.
Oh yeah, it's night and day.
Even if you cut it in half, what if Dansby's a 285 hitter? We're thinking Dansby's
all day.
25 plus home runs, 80 plus RBIs. Hitting for average is so underrated. We dismiss it so quickly in this new statistical age of OBX and all this. Look, are you a hitter or are you not? It's October. It is 38 degrees out. Can you choke up a little bit and put one in play here? Because nobody feels great about how their game is tonight. Nobody. So give me some Nico, and he's built for this. I cannot wait to see how he behaves in those at-bats, which seemingly he's been doing all year. That's why it's vintage Nico, because he's just such a throwback player that it seems like every time there's a big spot, he's in it, and he has no pulse. He is so ice, and it is just so old school, choke and poke. Let's keep the line moving, and let's play some good baseball today. And I love it.
Okay, so while Nico's thriving, let's check in on some guys trying to get back on the field. Trainer talk. Injury updates on Tucker, Seiya, ONKC, Amaya, Palencia, Brasier. That brings the classic debate, right? Like, what's better, to risk the rust or re-injury?
Sure. Well, I think let's just start with the big fish, because the rest, I think, Neil, will fall into place here slowly. Tucker is on a plane, or was on a plane on Wednesday morning to Florida with a Cubs trainer to go visit his personal trainer in Florida for some alternative medicine, I guess. I don't know. Do you know what's happening here? Is this something that you feel confident that gets him on the field in the next 10 days?
No, he lives in Tampa. This was a nice way of saying he went home.
You think that that's it for Kyle Tucker, that's all we see of him? He just can't
I don't necessarily think that's it for him, but I think he went home. Like, I think, he's not getting any better sitting on the bench in Pittsburgh, watching all this and watching this success that he's not a part of, and he's just not getting any better. So we're going to send him home, and he can get better with his own personal trainers and his own personal. This is a classic case of Kyle Tucker wagging the dog again. Like I said, look, I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. This experiment's over for me. So, I think I hate to blow a couple, like we got a couple topics coming with this, and I hate to blow it out of the water, but if he's there, great. If he's not, also great.
Well, speaking of somebody who's maybe on the other side of that spectrum, somebody who is dying and fighting to get back to this team, Miguel Amaya is DHing in Iowa. Does he have enough time to make it to the Cubs' postseason plans?
I don't know, because I think they're done, right? Iowa's done.
They have this week. They have their last series going on. Yeah, they have a last one more sixer. I think is what they posted. So they got 6 left.
Yeah, I'll take Amaya back. And I the 2 or 3 games that he was back for, I mean, you could tell the guy wanted absolutely nothing more than to contribute to the team and to compete. And that's what he did. He competed his ass off for the little time that he was there. I mean, and the manner in which he got hurt was a hustle injury. Like, he's trying to beat a throw down the bag or down the base, steps awkward and gets hurt. I'll take him. I will take him back in a heartbeat.
It did feel like, and speaking of heartbeat, it did feel like there was a better heartbeat when he was in that dugout.
Yeah, 100%.
He's one of those guys, and a core group of those. The core. When one of those core guys goes away for a few days, it does change things. And he was away for a long time, and having him back, they did respond as a family, if you will. I got a couple more here. Danny Palencia looks like he's going to be back in the bullpen Wednesday for Iowa. I don't know if he's going to make that game. I believe he was actually just in the dugout. So I don't know if he's going to make tonight's game for Iowa, but he will be throwing some bullpen sessions this week at least for Iowa. Where do you feel like his role comes up here in this mix-up of the bullpen, and we'll get to a lot of that later, but quick hits on his health.
Listen, based on some of the video I've seen on Instagram already of the celebrations in the dugout, I'm pretty sure he had a couple goggles on, or a set of goggles on, and a couple fully leaded Budweisers in each hand. So maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe he's off today and tomorrow for all I can.
Friday session maybe at best.
Yeah. Now I was trying to get logged on here and all this stuff, and I kind of saw it on my phone. So it may not even been him in the dugout, but I thought I saw him celebrating. And once they all put goggles on, you don't really know who's who.
Yeah. Well, here it is. He threw a bullpen Wednesday in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So he pre-gamed in Pittsburgh, and looks like he's going to be when we go to Cincinnati, he's going to end up in Iowa.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm worried about with him, honestly, is his psyche. It's not. To me, if he's going to throw, he's going to. I mean, that the last pitch that his shoulder hurt. I mean, hell, it was 100 miles an hour. Like, yeah, I think he's going to pump it. Whether it's just between the ears for me with Palencia right now.
Last one here before we go. Do you believe any health on Ryan Brasier as he's rehabbing? Is there a postseason run in him?
May I speak candidly?
Sure.
I hope not.
He's a TBD for me because he does have postseason experience, and unfortunately, I do think Craig actually has a tab in his binder for that, which we'll get to later.
Here's the thing. To me, him and Flexen are the same guy, right? And Flexen was the same. Him and Flexen, they went forever without allowing an earned run, like both of them, and it's like, but it still just never felt right for me for some reason. Like, so I don't. It's just a. Again, if you're going by the binder, yeah, he's going to be great and he's going to contribute. But if you go by your gut, I'm just like, All right, speaking of October, let's build the playoff bench while we're talking about all these guys coming back from injury. There is let's just say of these players, you can only pick 4. Okay? Mm-hmm. So here you go. Castro, Casey, Alcantara, Turner, Santana, McGuire, Amaya, Mo Baller. It's a lot of dudes, and you only get 4.
Isn't that wild to think that all those guys are actually, besides Amaya, in that dugout right now?
Yes.
Now, Casey's on the IL, but he's still in the dugout. But we are down to that. We don't realize how small your bench is until you do the math. It's a 26-man roster, and that means 13 pitchers and 13 hitters. Take out your starting 9, your bench is 4. The easy one for me, there's 2 easy ones, and then we got to work from there, honestly. Turner's on the roster. Okay, it's just Mr. Clutch, everything that's there, and for all the bitching and moaning that I've done against the guy, listen, 213 goes out the window when there's 2 strikes on the dude. He's just going to figure out a way to do something. So, and it's his season, so he's there. And then the next up is just your Swiss Army knife, and there's a reason that they went out and got him, Willie Castro. Any outfield spot, any infield spot, he's going to be there, switch hit. So you're going to use him in multiple scenarios there for that. After that, I got some questions, Neil, and I really would like to lean on your thoughts here of what's left. If you disagree with those 2, let me know.
No, those Castro and Turner, right, for sure. But yeah,
you said earlier you would take Amaya, so let's play that scenario out, because that means there's 3 guys in this question here for the number 2 catching role, even though Mo Baller technically hasn't caught yet. Let's say Amaya progresses and he's 85 to 90%. Are you willing to put him on the postseason, and does that change your catching role and roster spots?
Yeah, if he's 85%, I'm not interested. I want Miguel Amaya at 100%. Now, does that mean he can't be in the dugout? I don't think so. I think he can still be in the dugout. So, but at 85%, I don't want him in the roster, and I don't want him up there swinging a bat and trying to run out, trying to leg out. Today, I mean, you saw it today. You saw a huge rally killer double play McGuire hit into. And that's where I see Amaya if he can't get down the line,
Right.
then I don't want a double play ball hit where you're right in the middle of a rally. Here's all of this is assuming that Kyle Tucker is coming back.
That's actually really a really nice point.
Because then you get to add another one if Kyle Tucker's not coming back. And then that also begs the same question. Amaya at 85%. What about Kyle Tucker at 85%? Do you want that? Are you interested in that?
My only question is, what would you classify his August? What percentage was he there? Because if you say anything in the 80s, then I'll take none of that. Like pass. Like just next question.
Exactly. That's where I'm. I mean, again, everyone knows how I feel about that. I'm at 95% Kyle Tucker. I'm not interested in.
Right. So let's do this for our best thoughts to everybody. Our thoughts and prayers to everybody that everybody gets to 85% or better. Okay. So the Cubs are their best version of themselves. This is our list. So right now we're at Castro and Turner. Here's what I think. I think it ends up being Amaya. And unfortunately, none of the kids get on, and I think they go with Santana.
I think you're probably right. And I think that's why they signed him. But again, I would much rather, if it were me, I would much rather see Ballesteros there.
His hit tool is something, isn't it? I mean, the guy just he's and the cool part about it is that he just gets hits. I hope he can, I hope he has enough restraint here to get slim and fit and to not be a liability as far as athletically is concerned, because man, he can center up baseballs. And it's going to be fun if you look at the next year projecting forward, that guy in the lineup with Nico. It just elevates when you got guys that are hitters. It gets contagious, even if they're singles. Hitting is contagious, and so adding him into the lineup has really made a lot of sense lately. And heck, Craig's even been confident enough to put him in the 4-hole. That's why I think it's so hard to do this, and it sucks for the kid because he's going to pour his heart out here for the next 10 games or whatever, 7 games or whatever is left, and they're going to go with Santana cold.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's why they signed him. I didn't like the signing when they did it. Both of you and I were scratching our heads like, what is this move? But it is a veteran. It is playoff experience. It is all the things that Craig, all the buzzword bingo that Craig likes to throw around. So I think that's the move. I think he's got the roster spot locked up, and that may even be, that may even have been a deal in the contract. Like I'm not signing a 1-year deal to get cut before the playoffs.
Wow. So do you feel like if that projection, if our projections hold and none of the kids make the roster, is that a good look for the Cubs organization to have their top 5 guys up and only one, their pitcher is the only one that actually makes the postseason roster?
I don't think it's necessarily bad, just because they weren't up when in the beginning in May and April when we were absolutely running through the toughest part of our schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, we haven't been great since the All-Star break, and that's when we've seen them. So I'm not, don't hear me wrong. I'm not drawing a correlation there. I'm not saying we're bad because the kids are up. I'm saying the kids are up because we were bad.
Yeah, bad things did happen. You're right. Bad things did happen. So
okay, so that leads us to a big question then. In October, who's more important to the Cubs, PCA or Kyle Tucker?
Well, your theory about him, going home is interesting. I didn't really, you have such an interesting spin on that, and I'll listen to it. You know how we go with conspiracy theories. It's always worth a good listen. But I'm gonna say that when Kyle Tucker's healthy this postseason, he is more important than PCA, and I'll pick a side here, and I'll say that his consistency and he's the ballast system on a cruise ship. He's the thing that makes you not rock so much, and when he goes well, it's really hard to rock the offensive boat because there's just too many good at bats now that are being stacked. And you saw when he's going bad, it rocks. It gets real rocky real quick when Kyle Tucker is not doing well. So a healthy Kyle Tucker is the best thing for the Chicago Cubs this October.
Yeah, it just makes it sound, though, like we're not going to get a healthy Kyle Tucker. It makes it sound like we're going to get some version of Kyle Tucker, and it looks like they're already spinning it. I saw Bruce Levine and I saw Craig and all of them talking about it today before the series finale in Pittsburgh, and that's, first off, until that, I didn't know that he lived in Tampa. I didn't know that's where his home was. But he's going back to Tampa, so he's going home. And they are spinning it like, he'll be ready. I mean, Craig did say we would like to have him back in some capacity prior to the playoffs,
Right.
To see live pitching. But it does make it sound like they're already gearing for any version of Kyle Tucker is better than no Kyle Tucker. And I'm selling that. I am 100% selling that. I do not believe that any version of Kyle Tucker is better than a healthy Kyle Tucker, because I saw August. I was here. I watched those games.
Absolutely. And the playbook's there now. So once they see that he's not himself, then they can go right back to the playbook that every team used all of August to just get that dude out over and over and over again. And so it won't take long. It's the first time he doesn't turn on a ball. It's the first time the barrel's not behind a ball. That strategy goes right back to the August, and somebody goes and flips their binder back and goes, what did every team do? Okay, here's our new menu because Kyle's not healthy and we can get him out 3 times a night. And that's an empty feeling to be in the 2-hole knowing you're going 0 for 3 with hopefully not any double plays on those rollovers, but it's a problem because he's going to make contact.
Yeah. Right. Okay, whichever lineup you run with, the bullpen's going to matter. Bullpen Bullies, traditional roles versus Craig's binder. Do roles give pitchers confidence, or does flexibility win more games?
Man, that's a good question. I think that the mentality we all want everybody to have is when your number's called, you go. Right? I mean, they're professionals. They're making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. That's your job. Just go. But we're humans, and we like job titles sometimes more than performance at times. I like this group, and I've kind of tagged them the Bullies because it seems like they've embraced Craig's mentality. And I'll give these guys credit, the front office and Craig. I've given them credit a lot on this side of it. I question a lot, but I will give them credit. They have sold their mission well. They've sold it to the free agents. They've sold it to the kids. They've sold it almost to the fans. Almost. We're not buying the low budget part. We still would like to see the wallet a little bit more, but we're buying into this statistical analysis can win you baseball games versus how it makes my heart feel and my little feelings as a fan. This bully mentality is great because Craig's just calling numbers now. And they firmly, I think, believe that the binder told them to go. And so when Porter Hodge has to get up in the 5th inning today, he's like, well, okay, the binder said so. It's not Craig. Craig now takes himself out of this, right? No personability at all. It's literally this binder says these 3 guys are up. This is the calculation. Porter Hodge, go 5th inning. Will you support that in the postseason whenever it is? Would you like to see your best 3 arms in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings?
Here's the thing. The question is, do roles give pitchers confidence, or does flexibility win more games? I think that question is good because, and what made me think of this question was I saw an interview with Craig last night, maybe the night before, and I'll be honest with you. This doesn't happen very often, but I got to give it to Craig. All right. I got to give him some props. I believe it was Bruce asked him, when Palencia comes back, will he get his same job title? And he said his job title is to get outs. That's his job. And I almost got up out of the recliner and just gave it a slow clap. That's it, man. Go get outs. Yeah. And that was our thing. I mean, that was our thing all the way back when Ryan Presley was a part of this thing and his mom's tweeting about him getting up in the 7th inning.
Yep.
Like, why is Ryan getting up in the 7th inning? Because we need 3 freaking outs. So go freaking get 3 outs. Who cares when it is? And I love to hear that from Craig. Like, I thought that was great. Like will Palencia get his job back? Yes, he'll get his job back. His job is to get 3 outs whenever we ask him to.
Right.
And I thought that was the best answer of the day. Like, I don't know. I usually end up watching those press conferences and I hate them because I get more and more frustrated because he doesn't answer any questions and he just and I was pumped. I liked it.
So when that was a little bit of a concern for me when they did the light show. No offense, it's really cool. Graphics, presentation, 10 out of 10, right? Like everybody loves the hype train.
I mean, that's just keeping up with the Joneses though, right?
Yeah, because that's all it is. But the reality is, are you going to do that in the 5th inning in October when Danny comes in? Are you going to do the light show in the 5th inning when Craig says it's Danny's turn?
No, they are not.
Okay. I beg to differ. I think that's really going to happen. I think that's
no.
I think it's his bit.
Okay, but does Porter have one? That's
the problem is when you do one, but he's not Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, I just don't think if he's not going to close, you don't do the whole light show and sound bit. I mean,
why can't your song just be cool enough? Like let me do the get off your lawn guy here real quick. You know, like what happened to just throwing the gate open and just sprinting 90 miles an hour to the umpire to get your hands checked and just letting your, Pantera song just.
I mean, if you want to have a get off my lawn moment, I mean, why not bring back the helmet golf carts and just drive them out there?
Because they would probably have like the Bluetooth speaker like on the golf cart. Like, oh, you're not going to play my song? I got a song.
Here's the deal. If I'm a closer, I'm riding out there on the back of a golf cart with a T-shirt cannon, and I'm just firing T-shirts into the crowd. Actually, I'm firing Miller Lights into the crowd, wrapped in T-shirts.
T-shirts, okay, yeah, that's. I mean, everybody will be cheering.
Yeah. We're until we knock somebody out.
Right. Yeah.
No, I don't think his bit gets played if he doesn't close the game.
Okay. Well, I'm just glad we do have a group that's there. And that we're not waiting around thinking, oh man, hopefully we can just get to the 8th inning and then we're going to shut the door. It's good to see that type of flexibility from your manager at times. We bitch about Craig doing lots of things, but when it comes to looking at tendencies and matchups in those critical outs, building a bullpen around guys that are willing to have that phone call be made in the 5th for them, that's a key thing. And I think you put the nail right on the head on why Ryan Presley's not here anymore, and they got him out as soon as possible because they knew coming up there are no more roles. That Danny, slid into it, and some guys have kind of slid there, but that felt cool for a little bit. But the reality is Craig's going to make the call in the 6th inning when he wants to, and he does not care if you're not ready. You will get up.
Okay, so this is fun. We're going to the topic of the week. All of this builds up to the biggest question. And the biggest question I'm going to gloss over because I know that 99.9% of all Cubs fans, including you and I, both agree on who the 3 are. Yes. So the next topic is who are the 3 postseason starters. I believe that everyone – so I'll let you answer that. But my follow-up to that after you answer is who starts game 1.
Okay. I gotta know, Cubs friends, how are you really gonna feel when Craig starts J-Mo over Cade Horton in a playoff game? Because, quote, he's been around this game a long time. He's put in a lot of good work. I don't know. He just kind of deserves this. End quote. That's what's going to happen. Look at how the bench is being formed for the postseason for hitters, folks. Your rookie of the year is not going to get one of those 3 games. I'm so sorry. It sucks to be on this side of it, and I don't want to be. I want him to start. But it's going to be Shota, it's going to be Boyd, and it's going to be J-Mo. Who do you think starts game 1, Neil?
I think Cade Horton starts game 1. Here's the deal. It's Craig's MO, right? His MO. Now, I get what you're saying. His MO is exactly what you said it was. But what's the only way that you can justify all of these veterans that think they should get to start a playoff game is by not giving it to any of them.
Just throwing the freshmen in game one.
Game one, we're gonna lay it out. Game one, nobody's getting game one. All you veterans are getting 2 and 3. Listen. The kid's got freaking ice in his veins.
You're not wrong. I'm again, folks. I am in agreement. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. I'm just being the pundit here that's being the jerk. Okay, I'm the shock jock.
You're not being the jerk. You're being accurate.
When Craig starts JMO and then he spouts off some blah, 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 well, he's been around this game. I mean, he's going to say all the buzzwords. He's been around this game a long time. He really understands how to pitch, and he really, he deserves this chance. He's been around the game. Come on, man. Like, this kid, that you have a dude. You have the next Roger Clemens. You have that kind of mentality right now, and he's got less than 125 innings under his belt, and he is – I don't even blink. He gives up a hit, and I'm like, no, he's out. Like, I don't get off the couch anymore when Cade Horton pitches.
Listen, I am only arguing with you to keep myself from crying. Because I think you're right. I think that's exactly what Craig's going to do, and I hope to God that we're both wrong. I hope that again, his MO is, let's blame the book. Let's blame the binder. This is what analytics say. This is what is to remove himself from any coaching decision. So, to me, this is the easiest way to remove yourself from any coaching decision. I don't have to pick a veteran here. I'm just going to throw the rookie out there. Now, I'm not saying the rookie doesn't deserve it. The rookie 100% deserves it. Cade Horton deserves the ball in freaking game one of the playoffs. No matter who we're playing, no matter where it is, he gets the ball.
He's the only arm trending in the right direction. JMO just came back, so nice start this week, but he's the only arm going in the right direction right now. Shota's got first inning problems, and then he locks in, and Boyd right now, I don't know. He's a little all over the place for trying to trust 15 outs right now.
I agree.
That's kind of how I look at it. Like we've talked about this all year. My playoff starter, I have to trust for 15 outs. We'll figure out the rest later, but I got to be able to trust him for 15 outs. And I'll be honest, I can't. I still can't trust JMO for that right now. He's a nice arm, and he's got some talent. He's a great ball player. He's just not my October number technically 2 starter if you're going to split. But I think it's going to be lefty-lefty because those are the only 2 games that are guaranteed. I think it's going to be Shota, and it's going to be Boyd, and then it's going to be JMO in game 3. And that's how it's going to be, folks. It sucks to say this because he, quote, kind of deserves this. That's neat.
Yeah, I think he does deserve it. But either way, Cubs fans, October fate will ride on the arms of those 4 gentlemen. So there you have it. What's that?
Or the binder. It'll rest on the fate of the binder. There's that part.
Well, that's what we'll say in the media anyway. That's it. That's our show. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. However it is you take in Club 120, we appreciate you as always. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow all social media platforms at Club 120 Show, or visit us online at www.club120show.com. That's it for us. We're headed to the postseason, folks. Go Cubs, go.
Go Cubs, go.
This has been Club 120. Neil and Nate have practically spent their entire lives doing something centered around baseball. And with these guys, you're going to get quick-hitting, time-answer segments packed with wit, laughs, and, yes, heated debates. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, you can find us on all social media platforms at Club 120 Show. And, of course, the website at www.club120show.com. Until next time, go Cubs, go!